Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Beer Garden. As usual, joined by the Brains Trust, that is Charene, Joe and Sara. And we're looking, it's an 11 race card on Sunday, isn't it? And an interesting look. We look at race number 1, which is a Griffin Race. You'll know more about these things than me, Charene. But it's a horse that's imported to the region unraced. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes, right. All of them are debutant without any racing experience.
Right, so we'll just be like throwing darts. It won't be easy, will it, to try and... There's not much evidence to go on, but so we'll do our best. And then race number 10, we'll look at the game spirit, handicap, and also our best bets and value bets. But before we start all that, let's have a little recap at the fantastic action last week at Sha Tin. The 3 Group 1s, the Chairman's Sprint, the FWD Champions Mile, and the FWD QE2 Cup. Sara, what did you take from the race? What was your highlight? What did you enjoy all about it?
I mean, they were all unbelievable races. And it's funny because I went back and I was looking at my notes, and under Romantic Warrior, I have noted, can he be taken down? And I think he proven that no, he cannot be taken down. That horse was unbelievable. Of course, Golden 60 was, I think, an obvious for most people. And Wellington, I tried to play against him. I knew not to. It bit me in the butt because he's a very talented horse. But I think with those fields, really, like we've talked about before, is they're all such talent, and it's not often we see back-to-back winners of, in these races, because they're all coming in with very talented horses and they're rather wide open. But Romantic Warrior was one. I was looking back at my notes. I was like, yeah, he is a tough horse.
Yes, it's fantastic action. Joe, what did you take from the 3 Group 1s?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really see a lot of, like, everybody was winning different G1 sprint races. So now Wellington winning it again. I think he's probably the best one out of the bunch. But still, I mean, that's still really tough to do that. And, Romantic Warrior, what was it? I think he's like the first or the fourth 4-year-old to go win the Derby and then this. And then and then also Golden 60 just showing like he was gonna bounce back. There was no doubt about it. So getting back-to-back wins, maybe he could go on and go on another big winning streak. But yeah, that was a really great performance by all of them that won.
Yes, and Charene, we managed to get all 3, didn't we? But you what did you take? What was your highlight of the races? Probably Golden 60 or?
Yeah, of course, Golden 60. Actually, not only me, but also all the racing fans in Hong Kong, all of us are very happy to see that Golden 60 is now breaking a new record of, he is now being the highest earning horse in Hong Kong ever in the Hong Kong racing history. And then after the victory in the Champions Mile back to back, I know that the owners is now planning to send the horse to Japan for Yasuda Kinan. So hopefully he can go to Japan for racing over the Group 1 over there. And also apart from Golden 60, and I would like to also highlight the second place for this in the Champions Mile, which is California Spangle. He is very tough. I believe that he is still improving, because after running second in the Derby and running second behind the horse of the year, Golden 60, that is quite solid actually. So I will be also looking forward to California Spangle, and hopefully we can see him to have some good results later. I think that California Spangle is definitely a great horse. No matter over 12,000 meters or a mile, he is also very competitive. So it is always good for us to see that there are some horses up and coming, and then they can also have some good result in the break races. So just a great day for all of us in Hong Kong.
Yes, it was, Charene. It really was a day to remember, wasn't it? And, when we picked Wellington and Golden 60 and Romantic Warrior, you're always looking for something to come along and upset the what we think is going to happen. But actually, it all panned out correctly, didn't it? And Wellington really looks dominant in the sprinting arena these days. Computer Parts ran well. His 4th run for Jimmy Ting. And Lucky Patch, maybe asking a bit too much, wasn't it? His first appearance since that unfortunate experience he had in the Hong Kong sprint. So, and he was drawn wide as well. But yes, Golden 60 back to his imperious best. And California Spangle, what a horse for the future. A fantastic looking prospect in Hong Kong. And Romantic Warrior, great win there for Karis Teeton. Also a father as well, a baby girl as well. What a time for Karis Teeton. Well, let's get to the racing now. We'll start off with the race 1, the Griffin Race. It's called the Argonaut Plate, a conditions race for 2-year-olds plus. And it's over the 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs, whatever you prefer. Start off as we normally do with Sarah. Who do you like in race number 1?
I'm going to take the baby of the race. I'm going with the 7 Glory Bobo, this 2-year-old colt, but we get a booking of Zach Purton on him. You know, he had a really nice barrier trial in Australia, then comes over to Sha Tin, and it looks like each time he's gone out with his barrier trials, he's just gotten better. He's really good breeding on his side in regards to the sprint distance, as this sire was a really talented sprinter. So hopefully it's a tough field. Like you said, Steve, they're all debutantes. And he is a 2-year-old, so we'll see. There could be a lot more maturing that needs, but I'm hoping we will see with those barrier trials under his belt. Hopefully we'll see a really good form coming into this race.
I was hoping to catch you out there by saying he's the only baby and the rest are 3-year-olds, but as usual, you do your homework, don't you? So, so there you go. There's no secret to you. Joe, who do you like in race number 1?
I took the one on the top, Circuit 9, with Matthew Chadwick. Just going by his trials, I looked, and he hasn't been too far off with especially running in big fields with the trials. Well, about 4 lengths when he was against 10 runners, and then almost winning back in February. I mean, the trials look okay. It is 1,000 meters, so he is going to be drawn a little bit towards the middle, but the field's only 7, so I think it's really just throwing darts. We all don't know what they're going to do. Circuit 9, I think with all those different trials that he had, not really too familiar with the pedigree of Caravaggio, but he's bred out of Ireland, so yeah, it's really, really tough. But I'm going to go with Circuit 9 here.
Circuit 9 for Joe. And Charene, do you agree with Joe?
Yes, I do. I also think that number 1, Circuit 9, is having quite a good chance on Sunday because Joseph just mentioned that he is sired by a great stallion, Caravaggio, and it is his first son to racing in Hong Kong, and I believe that he is having a bright future here. And in terms of the preparation works, Circuit 9 just had 6 barrier trials at Chung Fa and Sha Tin. I quite like the way he jumps because he is quite consistent, jumping fast, and this time breaking from gate 3. If he jumps well, he can stay in a great position. And also the rider, Matthew Chadwick, is having quite good results last Wednesday at Happy Valley. So I believe that Circuit 9 is having quite good future in Hong Kong, and hopefully he can also have some great result on his debut. So number 9, Circuit 9 for me as well.
So there you go, number 1, Circuit 9 for Charene, agreeing with Joe there. I went for number 4, Lucky Banner, a horse that's not really had much experience with the trials. I saw 1 trial. I thought it was quite good. He stayed on nicely in second, and it looked quite impressive there, I thought. One for the future. Joe Moreira on board, and hopefully he can start off with a win. So let's look back to recap race number 1. Sarah's not going for a handsome Bobo, it's a Glory Bobo. And Joe and Charene aren't going for Circuit 7, they're going for Circuit 9, and I'm not going for a Lucky Patch, I'm going for number 4, Lucky Banner. So now we go on to the penultimate race on the card. It's race number 10, the Game Spirit Handicap Division 1, over 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs. Sarah, who do you like here?
I took the 1 Bazinga. This horse, he's just continues this unbelievable streak, win after win after win. Let's see if we can get his 3rd win in a row. It's really, I think, the class of the race. And I mean, this horse is, once he came over, he was really great in Australia, comes over and just continues this incredible streak here in Sha Tin. So I think we're going to see a 3rd win out of him. He should really challenge the pace. I think he's going to sit right off a packing treadmill, but we'll see. He swallowed up packing treadmill last time out. See if he can do it again.
Sarah goes for Bazinga, drawn on the rails. A big, impressive-looking horse, isn't he? But yes, looks very much set to keep his unbeaten run. Joe, who do you like in race number 10?
I took Tamra Blitz. I think that he went into the UK and got third on Kempton on the turf, and then won his race after. But this was all last year. So he's going to take time to acclimatize to Hong Kong, but it looks like he has. I mean, he had a trial at Sha Tin, and then they took him to Chung Fa, and then he got a first and a second in his trial. Sometimes these ones show up. Bazinga was one of them that won over in the country that they were in, and then ended up coming here. And then you got an informed Lyle Hewitson. I mean, he's draw number 9, so that's probably not the ideal draw, but only carrying 53 in a class 3. I think that I think he has a chance. I mean, I think it's going to be like a little bit of an each way chance. All the horses look really good. I mean, you have Packing Treadmill, who was on a 2 winning streak and then ended up getting third in the last race. That's one to keep an eye on as well. And Bazinga, obviously, because he's the class and he's draw number 1, so he has the ideal draw. But taking an informed Lyle Hewitson, Tamara Blitz, number 6.
Joe goes for Tamara Blitz, number 6, making his reappearance after 256 days absence, formerly with the excellent Rafe Beckett over in England, and Lyle Hewitson and Douglas White, the trainer, for the last 4 runs, 1-1-1-2. What a fantastic run they are on. And Charene, do you agree with Sarah, perchance?
Yes, right. I also like number 1, Bazinga, because now he is unbeaten, 3 from 3. You know, we already have some fantasy over some unbeaten horse that he can keep the winning streak. And we really agree that he is quite hard to beat, because last time out he stayed wide without cover, but still managed to win by over a mile, over a length. So I also still think that he is very competitive in class 3. And also this time breaking from gate 1, he can get in a very nice position. He's quite hard to beat, and I think that he can be the banker in race 10. However, I also want to point out that the debutant number 2, Kiwi, is quite worth to watch, because he is having quite good form in Australia and quite good barrier trial performance in Hong Kong. So the debutant number 2, Kiwi, is quite good, but I still think that number 1, Bazinga, is hard to beat. So number 1, Bazinga for me.
Charene goes for number 1, Bazinga, and I go for number 1, Bazinga. 2 from 2 over course and distance, beat Voyage Bubble Brilliant Way, and beat Brilliant Way the last time with a hitherto unbeaten Packing Treadmill back in 3rd, and Brilliant Way, Packing Treadmill not the best drawn this time, and Bazinga drawn on the rail. It's hard to see him getting beat, isn't it? But you never know, stranger things have happened. So a recap of race number 10. Joe is out on a limb with Tamra Blitz. Good luck to Joe. And myself and Charene and Sarah all going for Bazinga. Now we're coming to the best bet, and we could just rewind 5 minutes and ask Sarah, what do you have as your best bet?
Mine is Bazinga. You know, I struggled with picking a best bet, because I feel like there's some really good horses in this card that I went back and forth with. I've taken Senior Toba before, thought about taking him again. On Point is another one I know Steve and I have picked before. But I'm going to stick with Bazinga. He's just such an impressive horse, really impressive 4-year-old, like both Charene and you, Steve, have all mentioned. Since he's come over, he's just been unbelievable. So he's just a horse that I had to put in my best bet this time.
So Sarah goes to race number 10, and that's number 1, Bazinga. It's hard to get away from Bazinga, a very nice horse. Joe, who do you like as your best bet?
I actually went to race number 5 over the 1,200 meters, and that is Oriental Smoke with Zach Purden, the number 2. I know he's trying to break maiden status, and he's been going up the rating, so he is going to carry the higher weight, but I think that the draw is going to be a lot better. I mean, he did draw inside the last race with being draw number 4, and then after that, he got second on a race from barrier number 9, but he's been getting a lot of seconds, going the 1,000, going the 1,400, but I think the step back and trip is going to be beneficial for him. I mean, you have a lot of good horses in this race as well. You also have a debutant in Lucky 8, but I think that the class with the 60 kilos isn't going to play that much of a factor. So Oriental Smoke, and you can't go wrong with Zach Purden. So race number 5, horse number 2, Oriental Smoke.
Joe goes to race number 5. Horse number 2, Oriental Smoke. Good chance. Expensive to follow, it has to be said. 2-2-2-3. A beaten favourite 3 times out of 4, but experience, consistent. A nice draw this time under Zach. So could very well come good at the 5th attempt. Sarah, who do you like as your best bet?
Yeah,
oh, sorry, Charene.
Yes. yeah, for me. Yeah, it's okay.
I like the finger so much, I'm asking twice.
Yeah, I know you're asking me actually. And then my best bet will be in race 3. I like number 2, Senatoba. In race 3, it is another feature races for the day. That will be the great Group 3 Queen Mother Memorable Cup. It is not that popular in Hong Kong because especially it is a handicapped Group 3 and also a stay distance. Every season we see that there is not a big field, but this year quite a small field here. Five horses will be competing here. So just mentioned that it is a handicap. So maybe the horse carrying top weights, Butterfield will find it quite difficult, quite tough here because top weights over long distance will be not easy for him. So I will go for Senatoba. He is the second highest rated horse in the field. And then this time he will be just carrying 120 pounds. We see that he participated in the 4-year-old Classic Series in Hong Kong this season. However, to be honest, I think it is quite a bit disappointed for me because he just finished 4th in the Derby. However, I think that this time going up in over 2,400 meters, he can still handle it and even better over than 2,000 meters. And also jumping from gates 1, I believe that he can stay in a great position, especially he is having some gear changes, removing the blinkers and putting on the visors. I hope that the gear can also give him some freshness. So Senatoba for me in race 3.
So Charene goes to race number 3, and that's number 2, Senior Toba. 4th in the Hong Kong Derby, and likely to appreciate this extra 400 meters. Now, Charene, you were saying it's the biggest and the heaviest cup in Hong Kong. So does that mean Casper Fowens will have to do some weightlifting to pick it up?
Yeah, that's right. And also we see that Casper Fowens just reached his 1,000 victories in Hong Kong, quite a good milestone here. So I believe that he is still strong enough to hold the trophy on Sunday. So we will see.
Fantastic. I was looking at Ross Clark on Twitter, actually, who says it's a very nice touch because obviously it's named after the Queen Mother, and the races on the card on Sunday are named after horses owned by the Queen Mother. Yes. Horses like Game Spirit and Special Cargo and Monaveen, which was the only horse shared between the Queen Mother and her daughter. So it's a nice touch there. So I'm going to race number 4, and that's number 3, Galaxy Witness, for the Joe Moreira Casper Fowens combination. I think this horse has got a fantastic chance. He's 3 from 3, unbeaten, all at Sha Tin over the 1,000, the 1,200 and the 1,400. He comes back after an absence of nearly 2 months, but he had a barrier trial on the 19th of April. Now, he won the barrier trial. The 3rd was Rewarding Together. It won on Wednesday. The 4th was Casa Kingdom, won on Wednesday. And the 5th was Game Player Times, a runner-up. And interesting that the 2nd is Lucky 8, and that's running in race number 5 for Rookie U. So interesting to see how Lucky 8 does in race 5 on Sunday. So that's my selection for the best bet. So just to recap, Sarah goes to race number 10, and that is number 1, Buzzing. Joe, race 5 and 2, Oriental Smoke. Charene goes to race number 3, the highlight of the day, the Queen Mother Memorial Cup, number 2, Senior Toba. And I'm also taking Joe Moreira in race number 4, and that's number 3, Galaxy Witness. Now we go to our value bets. Who do you like as your value bet, Sarah?
Mine comes in at race 8, which is a class 3 over 2,000 meters. And I'm going to take the 2 here, SJ Trevelyan with Alexis Bedell aboard. Now he's jumping from barrier 12, which is something he's going to have to overcome. But, you know, last time out, he showed really great improvement, getting that 3rd placing at the 2,200 meter, which I think that last 200 meters just really kind of took it out of him. So now that we're seeing him dropping back to the 2,000 meter, we're going to see a really nice performance. He's, you know, coming in sharp. I just feel he can overcome that wide barrier because he really is nobody quick jumping around him. There's no speed getting jumped around him. So he's going to be able to get out and get tucked in kind of back of the mid pack, which is usually his style. And I just think, you know, seeing his improvement in form, and then that drop back, we could see something really nice. And Alexi's going to put, I think, one heck of a ride on this horse.
Sarah goes to race number 8, number 2, SJ Taubin. I also have my value selection in that race as well. SJ Taubin, formula trained by Aidan O'Brien, the mighty Aidan O'Brien, Ballydoyle over in Ireland. And Joe, who do you like in as your value bet?
Value bet's going to be in race number 11, so the lucky last. That's going to be Reciprocation with Wagner Borg's number 9. He had a win and debut on at Bellona in about 2 years ago, then took a really long spell and then went to Pakenham, got 6th, but now he's in Hong Kong. So the trials have been okay, but he's been far off by a couple lengths or so. But I think with the draw, especially in this race, he isn't going to carry a lot in it as well. But he's going to be facing a lot of winners he's going to be facing a lot of winners in Hong Kong. So I think that with the draw and Wagner Borgs, especially draw number 2, there could be some value there. I mean, only carrying the 52.5 with the trials too. I think he does have a little bit of a place chance. So I'm going to go with number 9, Reciprocation in race number 11.
So Joe goes to the finale on the card, race number 11, number 9, Reciprocation, making a return after 555 days. So if he's ready to roll, he has every chance under Wagner Borges. And Charene, who do you like as your value bet?
So my value bet will be in race 9. I like number 11, Super Harnett. I see that he is an improving 3-year-old. Last time I was really impressive because he was leading in that field. However, the winner, Happy Day and Fantastic Show and Sparky Star, who finished 3rd and 4th, they were both coming from the very, very back. However, Super Harnett is the only horse that staying in front and then still keep till the end and finishing 2nd. I think that it was very, very impressive and showing that he find the best trip for this horse will be 1400 meters, and still racing in class 4 carrying a lightweight will be quite favorable for him. And of course the partnership Lau Hewison and Douglas White is having really great performance recently. So I think that in race 9 there is no speed again in this field, and Super Harnett will be jumping from gate 6. He can still be leading and hopefully he can show some improvement to us and then winning, breaking the maiden in Hong Kong. So my value bet will be race 9, number 11, Super Harnett.
So Super Hornet for Charene, race number 9, number 11, breaking from barrier 6. And the Lyle Hewitson and Douglas White combination worth its weight in gold just now. Well, I'm taking on Sarah in race number 8, and I'm going for number 8, Victory Park, ridden by Caris Teaton, a 2-time winner at Eagle Farm in Australia. 3 local runs. Caris keeps the faith on the horse, and that's trained by Douglas White as well. We're having a Douglas White day, very much so. And that breaks from gate number 2, so a nice chance there. So just to recap at our value bets, Sarah and I go to race number 8. Sarah goes for number 2, SJ Tourbillon. I'm going for number 8, Victory Park. Joe goes to the last race, race number 11, number 9, Reciprocation. And Charene goes to race number 9, and that's number 11, Super Hornet. So after all these tongue twisters of numbers and names, etc., we've come to the end. So thank you very much. I hope we all do well on Sunday, and look forward to seeing you at Happy Valley next week. Bye for now.